to that Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you. But even if we can't take any, we can still have or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true. Oh, right. It's quiet. Too quiet. Shut up. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvias... Let the show begin. Protect us.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Where should I start? Well, I've never been one to beat around the bush, you know. But who could have possibly guessed that the god of Geo would mysteriously perish the very moment I arrived in Liyue, and that the Exuvia, if it weren't for that lovely little rite of parting ceremony you put together, it would have taken me a whole lot longer to get the information. Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops that...
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that... the battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble.
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the... But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in cross...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of... Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me... Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see you live... This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Passable effort. Passable effort.
Judgment!
How unbecoming.
Let the show begin.
Coming to be! Time. Poor time. Burst forth! Not bad, not bad.
Live!
Judgment!
Passable effort.
You're wide open!
Burst forth!
You can't run!
Poor time.
Coming to be!
How unbecoming. You've made some progress. Guess I should take you more seriously. Haha, good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. No use hiding back there. Got you. I'll crush you.
Let the show begin.
Live!
Judgment! Feel the beat!
Burst forth.
Feel this ancient power! Live!
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it! Lights out.
destruction!
Judgment! Power core! I'll protect us.
Burst forth! Ha! Ha! Live!
Die here.
Yeah! Feel the beat! Time to rock!
Burst forth! Ha!
You can't run!
Come into being! Moment of birth!
Above.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the and now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of you had no connection to the Gnosis. No matter where
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend, even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia would.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the As such, we must now look to our
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the GR. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god...
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a with the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation, but knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo Archon to show its hand, but you would... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we do we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex...
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how... just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts up...
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's... Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti...
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion...
What? Wait, all of you were supposed to be...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms?
I suppose this is one... So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins... Yep.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go out too!
We Adepti have not faced the god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Coming to be!
That's
Punishment! You can't run!
Killjoy would only just begun. Miscalculated.
What is that?
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Let's dance.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Oh, la 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 la. The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many between too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Cars! Wow! It's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
Feel this ancient power.
Miscalculated.
Burst forward.
My work. Finished.
You can't run!
This isn't good.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Not going anywhere.
Witness my great undertaking.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Miscalculated.
Burst forward. Feel this ancient power.
This isn't good. Yes.
You can't run. Punishment. Yeah.
Come into being.
My work going anywhere.
Moments of birth.
Let's move.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally?
The ominous aura of that the effects of the sigil of it will be some time before the...
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be...
Save your flattery. We didn't just
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but it is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti, even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears...
Forebears, you say?
This morning, Rex Lapis...
What?
In the dream, I also thought to tell, but I dared...
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective.
Right. That's the Animal Archon sought to...
Each of the 7 nations...
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a...
All right, all right.
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps, although I am a mere...
Huh? Why does everyone look so down?
Weren't you frightened?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful when danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest, thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Oh.
You see, this is what the country of contracts is great. Although their blood is weak, the time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long...
Seeing the port...
Your line of inquiry is askew.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons... One fears that by the time one finally grasps... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, but how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will not...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshan Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time? We had better go and make sure...
What should I put in my letter?
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And... you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from you.
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than... So it might be best to keep things peaceful this...
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit...
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against... Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but the real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That...
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Geo? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky and all of
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring...
Wait!
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself. But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so I feigned my own death, and gathered the Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine...
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of it.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Credit is also due to... This meant I could remain it. All of these things turned out as I had expected them to do no more than They seized the opportunity.
Huh?
Hey, what about me? Doesn't...
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no my agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journey.
Zhongli! What sort of contract did you sign with the Cryo-Archon?
One of the clauses of our contract was not to divulge any of its...
You're